Well, we got a little bit of rain last night. There's a lot of water out here. But look at this side. Don't know what to do here. All my electrical stuff's laying in the water. Like this is the floodplain or something. And we went to start our car this morning so we could move and get on the road, and the battery is dead. So I don't know if we left the key on or something. So anyway, interesting start to the day. Hey everybody, welcome to Tigner Adventures. We have moved on to Ontario. So we left Quebec this morning, and we've seen on our opening video we had a few little issues. We are actually catching the remnants of the tropical storm Debbie as we traveled here, and we're still getting a few rainstorms coming through and things, but we're at the Emily Provincial Park, just kind of northeast of Toronto. And we are here to visit a couple friends of ours, Dan and Kim. They're going to show us around at some lock systems here and the waterways they have here. So this is going to be pretty exciting, something new. So we're going to check it out, and
some working locks.
Yeah, working locks. Yeah, the one in Lowell wasn't working, remember? So we're going to see something similar to that and something way different. So anyway, so that's what we're doing with this video, and we really want you to come along with us.
But man, the rain that we went through to get here, that was a little scary when you can hardly see the road.
And it was,
down.
pretty hard rain. So, but we're here. The sun's come out this afternoon, and we're in a good site because we're getting great solar.
Like, wow.
Yeah, great solar production too. So we're good. This campsite has no hookups or anything. So,
but it's huge.
Yep, it's huge. So that'll be really fun for Tansy.
Yeah, she doesn't know where to play.
Yep. So let's go and have some fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
So our first little deal, whether you call it a quirky or just what's going on, cool experience, is we're checking out. We're in Peterborough. Did I say it right?
Yes.
And we're here with a couple friends of ours that are showing us around, and we're at this lock system. So
that actually works.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. So they have all these different waterways, and so boats get up and down the waterways because everything's changing. They go by the different waterfalls. You can go from the ocean all the way to Lake Superior through all these different waterways. So it's pretty cool. So this is the lock system right here. All these boats are lined up here waiting their turn. And so we're going to show you this lock. This is pretty interesting because that one piece that's straight ahead got a hydraulic thing in the middle there, and it lifts that up and down. So there's a boat that'll go into it up on top there, and then that'll drop down and it will open up and the boat will come out, and one of these will go in and it'll lift it up and then it'll go on its way. So pretty cool little setup here. So we'll see what it's like. So a little bit of a close-up here. You can see all the water up here, and then this big opening here with the hydraulic lift right there. So that whole piece actually drops down. So we'll see that working here in just a little bit, and it seals right up against this door right here, and then that will open and let the water from up above, mix. The water itself doesn't actually pour down into this area down here. It is sealed between that lock and here. So all it's doing is matching the water level. So pretty cool. So these locks work together. That one over there is down right now. And so when this one drops, that one over there will lift up. And they just go back and forth. One up, one down, one up, one down. And the boats are out here are all lined up ready to go when this starts working. Right now they're having a technical difficulty with the controls. They're trying to get into the control room, and the door's locked, and the lock is broke. And so we've got a locksmith here working on getting the lock door open so they can turn the system on. And so everybody's just kind of sitting around waiting right now. So while we're waiting around for the lock system to actually work, we want to introduce our friends here. This is Dan and Kim.
Hi.
Hi there.
And we know them from Yuma. So they are up here in Ontario. They I guess this is your permanent home, right? So you're permanent Canadians, and they just come down and visit like 90% of the resort in Yuma, it seems like, in the wintertime is mostly Canadian. So they go down there and visit, and we are visiting them here, and they're showing us around. So this is our first stop.
Yes, just waiting for the locks to unlock.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, huh?
It is.
So, but it'll be fun. We'll see it working here in action really soon. Whole different view of the lock system. While we wait for them to fix the lock to get things going, we're going to go up on top and we'll start up there. We'll film the top first, and then we'll go down to the bottom and see it from the bottom side. So this is the upside here, and you can see boats lined up here. There's two different lanes here, and right now this particular lock is, the water levels are the same right now. This gate will open, which will allow the boat behind me now to go into the lock, and then the gate will come up and seal, and then that will drop down. And as that one drops down, there'll be a boat on the other side that will be lifted up to come out the other side. It'd be kind of cool to see. Oh, we're hearing a little bit of noise. Oh, the gate's gonna drop. That gate will lay down flat, and then the boat that's behind us will go into the lock. So if you watched our Industrial Revolution video that we took when we were in Lowell, Massachusetts, the lock system we went and looked at wasn't working. This is what we would have seen if it would have been working. So along the inlet from the ocean all the way up to Lake Superior, they have this waterway that's all the way. So these little locks all over the place, so that boats can go all the way whichever direction they want to. There's only one boat up here, lots of boats down below trying to go upstream. So the gate is coming back up again. So this will make a watertight seal, so the water up here doesn't go anywhere. So it's not a super fast process, but it's pretty cool that it's a doable process. I have to wait for the boat down below to get on board also. They have done as many as 407 kayaks at one time in the lift. And there it's going down. The other lock is coming up. Oh, there's 3 boats on that one. Oh, 4.
Oh, look at that.
You can see this lock is down at the bottom now. It still has a lot of water in it, so they'll drain that so it's the same level as the river. Oh, it's releasing. Okay, the gate's opening, letting the water level balance out. Okay, the gate is going down, letting the water level to balance out, and then that guy is going to release and come out, and all the rest of them will go back in again.
All right, guys, the gate's split open. You good to go?
Just like that, they are on their way. They are squeezing the boats in here. We're going to have 6 boats on here. Those lifts can lift a lot of weight.
Not a lot of weight, because all of those are floating.
So this is a historical site, and this was actually built in 1904, and everything is still original. So It has been working pretty hard since 1904. And they say that the white that you see on the sides of the concrete there is actually a mixture they used on the concrete when they were pouring that over the years it bleeds out and makes the rock even stronger. So it's been holding up pretty good over that whole time. Now the interesting thing is that there it goes. When this is up on top, we won't see that part of it, but when they open that gate up there, so it'll fill up the lock with water as the gate starts to open. And you'll notice on the right here that one is starting to come down. Really quite an engineering feat. So the only change that's been made to this lock system since 1904 is those yellow pins over there. They put in the lock gate before it goes up or down because they have had the gate fail and come open and let water out before they got down to the bottom down here. So now they have those pins they put in there. But other than that, everything is all original, just like 1904. The way the lock system works is that the lock on the right there, they filled that full up on top up there, so it has more water in it right now than the lock on the left. So that extra weight is what's making that switch. There's no motors involved. That's why when this got down on this one side, it was much higher than the river on this side, so it had to let the water out. Lock on the right, even though there's no boats in it, they still have to let the water out. So that's why there's a difference in the water levels in the lock system itself. They didn't just take it up so it's level with the water on one side or the other. It's that extra weight of the water that's making the lock actually work. Well, that was pretty cool. That is a different type of a lock system than we've seen before. And now we're to the actual lock that was kind of what it was in Boston. So we'll see how that type of lock works. So this is the upper level, and the dock doors are open and the boats are leaving. And then the other boats will come in, and then the doors will close and the water will drain out to the other levels. So we'll kind of check this whole process out and see how that works compared to the other one. This is much simpler. All right, so the lock gates are closing. So I guess there's no boats to go in there at the moment. So this little stretch between this yellow fence, which is the lock gates, to that one up there is the actual lock. This is the other end of this lock. You can see that this side, the water level is considerably higher than the other side. So this is looking back at that locked door. You can see that they're draining the water out of the other side to make these two sides the same. So very simple compared to the one we've seen earlier. The water is almost to the same level now. So we can actually walk across this, the gate, top of the gate dock here to the other side. Now looking on this side, you can see the water level is considerably lower. Those boats down there are waiting to come in. They can't come here until that bridge swings back open again and blocks the traffic. All right, the bridge is just like a railroad track, so the arms have gone down to block it so no one can use the bridge, and now the bridge will swing open. So the Trent-Severn Waterway is a large area here. It's really amazing that they can move boats clear from the Atlantic Ocean all the way up to Lake Superior. And the communities themselves are built around all this, and you can have, your boat and live in one area and travel up the locks to visit somebody in another area. And they do that all the time. It does cost to go through the locks, but they do also have passes that you can buy. And in the meantime, these gate doors have opened. And I was talking to the attendant, and he says that there's no pumps involved, there's just gates. And they use the water from the upper area over there to fill this up. And then when the boats come into it, then the water comes back out this way and drains. So the water's always going just one direction. So there's no pumps involved to raise the water up and down. It's just gate doors opening. So the boat's moving into the lock. Pretty good sized lock. Get quite a few boats in here. Okay, so that door is closed back there. You can notice that the doors point towards the high water level side because the pressure is what seals the door, so they don't have to have things, you know, hydraulics trying to hold the doors closed. The water itself does all that. All right, the locked doors are now opening. So the attendant says that he just watches the water level, and when the levels are balanced, then he opens the door. All right, that finishes it. The last boat is leaving this dock. So apparently the lock system here gets pretty busy going different directions based on what happens on whatever side of the lock. So in this case, they had a big concert last night, and now everyone is taking off and going home. So there's all these boats going that direction, but nothing going the other way. So, but anyway, this whole system that is set up here is pretty impressive. The way that they move boats back and forth, no matter which lock system you go through. It's just cool that they can actually do that, and you get to move all around. So,
And no electricity.
yeah, no electricity.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty cool.
as far as the pumps and things. So, but you know, it's kind of interesting. I was asking one guy, I says, well, doesn't it get kind of costly to go through the locks? And they said, if you own a boat, you can afford to pay for the lock to go through it. So.
And the gas.
And the
diesel,
gas and the diesel.
whatever
yeah,
they use.
Right. So, anyway, so this finishes out this little segment. We just wanted to kind of highlight this whole area of Ontario. We are just kind of, let's see, northeast of Toronto is where we're at right now. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun. So we will just plan to catch you on the road somewhere, down the road somewhere, or
You're
on
not
our next
roadkill.
video. Yeah, we're not roadkill. So anyway, you guys all take care. See ya.